Former England and West Bromwich Albion centre forward Jeff Astor fainted. After his death in 2002, the coroner said repeated.
So it's 11:15 at night. I'm not even joking. I've just sat down with my evening meal. I fill you in it when I film my face. Hopefully tonight. So there's the barbecue baked beans. That's a cod in breadcrumbs. I kind of did that so I didn't have to chop it up when I came in here, and I chopped my potatoes so I didn't have to bring a knife. So I'm going to eat that because I'm hungry. Hi everyone. So it is 2:15 in the morning on what is now Tuesday. But as I've not slept, it's Monday, technically to me. So I don't think I'll have a filter on, even though my makeup is smudged under both eyes. It's brighter because I got a new light bulb. Don't know if you actually saw the light bulb. I don't know what you could see then. So do you know what I've noticed when I'm editing? I say a lot, which I used to say all the time, and I kept a lot of them in years ago because I've been doing this for 3 years now, and there's been times when I've been able to film a lot without saying but there's times when it's literally every 5 words or something like that. It's ridiculous. And another thing I do is I say so I was doing this, so, and it's just really annoying. Like, no one really wants to see that, do they? Or hear it. I need to put some earrings in. I hadn't in for a couple of weeks, which is very unlike me. That's permanently in. So's that. And so is that one. I was about to say so then, and I stopped myself. I've literally been doing stuff up until 2 minutes before I started filming this. Oh God, can you see that? It's because of how I sat, it's pushing it up. It's like, this is cropped. And I don't have anything on underneath it, but no one's gonna see me because I'm at home. But I wouldn't go out the house without a longer top that pokes out, basically. I was gonna say so again. My hair looks clean, doesn't it? Well, I did wash it about 6 o'clock, so it's not even been washed 12 hours. But when I go to bed and get up, it'll look like I've not washed it in days because it just always looks super greasy or like it needs washing the next day. And I won't wash it tomorrow. Well, I shouldn't be washing it, let's put it that way. And I was gonna say so again. I didn't film at weekend. I knew I wasn't gonna film. So, stop. I hate this whole thing. My kind of mindset over the weekend and filming at weekend is I don't want to film at weekend, because I don't mean all the time, because there will be times when I will film at weekend, but I just thought I knew I had a lot of footage for the weekly, and of course you'll know the weekly didn't go up on time. Was it week 41? Week 42? I think it was week 42. If I'm wrong, I'll obviously put it on screen like I normally do when I correct myself. And I hadn't edited it for Thursday, and then I thought, should I edit it Thursday night and still get it up? And I wasn't feeling very well, and I know I didn't really talk about how ill I felt because I have started editing week 43, which goes up in 2 days time, so I'm ahead, kind of, because really it would be nice if it had been edited and ready to upload tonight. But I'm going to hopefully finish editing it tomorrow, to upload overnight on Wi-Fi instead of 4G. That would be nice. And yeah, I knew it was a long vlog, and as you might be able to tell, I am struggling with a lot of things. I don't really say too much because I don't particularly want to say too much, because I feel like bringing it to light or talking about it on here doesn't always help me, because whilst it's stressing me out, it's not the best thing for me to talk openly about what it is. So that was better than what it was going to be, because I was about to go and then I went so. The vlog finally went up late Sunday night, and do you know what, I had trouble editing it because I had to go back to the Monday, because on the Monday I revealed what my doctor thought I'd said, but further on in the video I don't talk about it, because I must have made a decision after I'd talked about it that I wasn't going to talk about it on here until I'd had a chance to talk to my doctor about it. So I've still not talked to her about it because I've not seen her at this point. I can't remember where I was up to, because I was talking about this and then I was getting messages popping up saying that someone was unsending messages that they'd sent me, but it wasn't telling me who. Anyway, you know, you're going to think I'm being cryptic, but I don't talk about all my life, but I want to give like a bit of a background on my weekend. So I got sick last week, and I was absolutely shattered when I woke up Wednesday, but I just didn't think anything about it, which I never do when I really should think, oh, I'm really tired, I shouldn't be, what's going on? So I kind of got suddenly exhausted Wednesday afternoon, and I got in bed at tea time, and like, I can't remember if it was 5 or 6 o'clock, or it might have even been 4, like, I don't know. Fell asleep for a few hours, woke up really exhausted, felt like I'd not slept, and because I've not had much to eat or drink that day, I thought the best thing I can do is force myself to get up, come down, have some food and drink. Then I was up till like 3, half 3 in the morning, whatever time it was. And then Thursday I was absolutely exhausted, felt like crap, had a lot of the same symptoms that I used to get all the time when I was sick. Do you know, when I was sick all the time, like there was like a 4-month period at the start of this year, was continuously sick, and ended up in hospital, and I came out and I was still sick for about a month and a half, so it was like 6 months of being ill. And then I just started to get a little bit better, and then I got rid of that toxic friendship, and then I got all that crap, which made my mental health bad, but my physical health weren't that bad, and it hasn't been since I got rid of that friendship. So that kind of shows that the friendship was affecting my physical health as well as my mental health. So it hit me hard because I had a lot of the same symptoms, and I get flu-like symptoms. So I was in two minds. It was either I've got flu or I've got some kind of virus, or it's my normal illness, because a lot of the symptoms that I get are very flu-like, and flu-like symptoms you get when you got a bit of a virus, you get flu-y type symptoms, and when you have flu you also have flu-like symptoms, but obviously much stronger. So it was either some kind of bug or my main illness. So I still have it. Friday I had to go food shopping, and it took me hours and hours and hours to get out of the house, and I got out like 6 o'clock or something. I didn't get home till 8:30, 9 o'clock. It was horrendous. And then the next morning I worked very well, and basically I sent someone a message that I talked to on here that I've been very generous with, and I'm not going to explain the situation on how I know this person, who this person is, in what ways I'm generous. I give them a lot of stuff, and for a little while I've not been 100% happy with this situation. I feel like an agreement was made between us at some point that they would do certain things and I would give them certain things, and I'm giving them a lot more than what I should be, basically. And I kind of have considered them a friend, but for the last month or so I've barely talked to them. I'm changing all the time as a person. There's lots of stuff that's going on that's making me not really want to interact with people as much. I'm not talking as much as I once did. I'm not doing as many posts. I'm not doing as many stories. I know, like, sometimes I'll come on and go, oh God, I spent ages doing stories. But compared to the amount of stories I was doing in the past, I'm not doing as many. I'm still anxious and nervous about being on Instagram. I still feel on edge. I feel very frightened at times by certain people and some of the things they're saying and doing. And it is very stressful. And anyway, this person, I made a comment to them about someone else, and not knowing they knew this person, I kind of knew they knew them, but I didn't know how well they knew them, and I made this comment. They went off and said it to them. So as I was typing the message, I got a really long, angry message, and this person doesn't typically write long messages. I'll be honest, they write quite short messages, or they'll send voice notes, but they'll never send long messages. And they sent a long message, and they sent another one, and they were just having a go at me, and they were saying, you should be more careful about how you word things. This person was just doing this, and they had a go at me. They were really nasty about it, and I was like, you shouldn't have gone and spoke to them. And they're like, of course I was going to speak to them after what you said. I'm their friend. And I'm there thinking, well, according to you, I'm your friend, and friends don't side with friends. They just, if there's a difference of opinion, they don't get involved. And then this person blamed me for their actions, and they had a go at me. They said quite a few nasty things to me. They told me what I should do, and I just sent a message saying, look, I can do what I want. I do this, and this is how this works, and it works for me. I stand by what I said, and I was just like, I'm not happy with this at all. So I messaged the other person, and they both know I'm really unwell, and neither of them have messaged me since. One's completely blanked me online, and she talks to me all the time. The other one I didn't really know. I just know because of just something, and they're clearly jealous of me, and I can't go into why. Let's just say there's something about something that I do is far more popular than what they do, and they're jealous, and they'll do anything to just try and ruin it. So me and my so-called friend haven't talked. So Saturday I was stressed out. I didn't feel well as it was, and my health got worse. I got up, I was exhausted, and I should have gone back to bed. But my head was going round and round and round because they'd had a go at me, and like they basically betrayed me, because they had gone behind my back and said that I'd said, and flipped at me. And I was really stressed out. I was upset. I got next to nothing done all day, and you know, there's things that I should have been doing, but I was so stressed out and worked up, and like, no apology off either of them. Neither of them said, oh, I'm sorry you're not well, hope you get better. Absolutely no response whatsoever. So I don't know if it was Saturday night or Sunday, I made a decision that basically my doctor has been teaching me about self-worth, and I'm that person that will put up with crap, and people mistreat me, and I go back for more and more and more, and I'll put up with it, and I'll put up with it, and I'll put up with it, and then I might get sick of it and have a bit of a moan about it. Then I'll carry on putting up with it, and it frustrates my doctor. And because we're two very different people, we've had two very, very different lives, and not because she's a doctor, she was brought up very differently to me. She clearly had very caring parents, because she's a very caring person, and she's very nice, she's very giving, you know, she helps me massively, and you know, she doesn't quite understand it. And I tell her, I mean, none of this is a secret, I do tell her, because she hasn't lived my life, so she can't understand it. She'll never understand it. She will never ever get it. So I was just like, I've been learning about self-worth. So basically, if you put up with things, like if someone mistreats you and you put up with it, that is a decision you've made. And you know, I'm sitting here and I do get mistreated by a lot of people and I do put up with it, but because of my doctor I'm seeing it more and more, and I'm seeing, like, you know, but there are situations that I'm in that I can't get out at the moment, and I am being taken advantage of, I'm being treated badly. But I just thought, you know, this is a situation, I've never met this person, I've not really talked to them much for the last month or so, I'm not happy with some of the things that they've been doing or not been doing, and there's things about them that I don't like. There's things about them that I think are absolutely brilliant. They're really down to earth. They don't care if they look stupid. If they burp on camera, they don't ever take it out. They're very down to earth. But there's other things about them that I don't like that at the moment I'm not going to get into. But everyone has things about people they don't like. There's things like about my doctor I don't like. It's just one of those things. But I've just not been 100% happy with the situation, and I think they kind of know. And I just basically decided that after the way they talked to me and how they blamed me for their actions, I'm going to be taking a big step back from the friendship, and by the time this goes up it would have been done. Yeah, my conclusion was I've got the power to stop this from happening. They've been taking advantage of me for a little while, and after the way they flipped at me and blamed me for their actions, I don't need the crap in my life, and I don't need someone who won't take responsibility for their own actions. It'd be like me going out and setting fire to something and getting arrested and me saying to the police, well, I only did it because I saw someone else do it, so I thought I'd copy them. Or, sorry officer, I only did it because someone made me angry. Or, sorry officer, I only did it because I was bored, but it wasn't my fault, it was your fault. Even though I've never met you, it's your fault. So you are responsible for your own actions. Yes, sometimes we do things because we're forced to do them, or because we don't know any better, or because of different reasons. But the reality is, for the most part, unless you're mentally unwell and you're so stressed out you don't know what you're doing, you're making your own decisions. So if you decide to go off and tell someone a comment someone's made and stir the pot, I mean, because that's what they've done, they've stirred the pot. It was someone I didn't even really know, and they've gone off and stirred the pot, and you don't do that. You don't do that to your friends. So according to this person, I'm their friend and that other person's their friend. So as a friend to both of us, you wouldn't get involved. You'd just be like, well, I don't know. Or you wouldn't even go and message the other person, or if you did, you wouldn't say, oh, such and such just said you're being demanding. You wouldn't do that. So it makes me think, has this person said anything that I've told them before? And, you know, they've broken my trust. They've probably done it before, because this probably isn't new. They've probably been telling tales behind my back. But to be honest, I'm going to mute this person, and I'm going to tell them that, you know, enough's enough, end of. I'm worth more than that, and I'm not putting up with it. And this is what my doctor's been teaching me, like, if you accept bad behaviour from people and keep accepting it, then you can't really complain, because if you complain about it, you're letting it happen. So if you don't want it to happen, you've got the power to stop it. So I'm stopping it, it's stopping. And if they want to go around lying about me or making themselves out to be the victim, I've got no control over them. But I think it's pathetic when people blame other people for their own actions. At the end of the day, we all have a choice. We can all say yes or no. We can do whatever we want. Unless we're being physically forced to do it, we do have a choice. Don't need the negativity. Like, it ruined all day Saturday, all day Sunday, got nothing done. I was stressed out, I didn't feel well. My physical health went backwards. I was up all last night, that's another thing. I went to bed quite late, fell asleep for 40 minutes, woke up, thought I was hungry, came downstairs, got a cookie, went back upstairs, was awake till 10 to 9. I suddenly woke up when I came downstairs and had that cookie. Because when I first woke up, I was like, oh God, I feel like I've not slept. That cookie must have just woken me up. And I was up till 10 to 9. Fell asleep and I kept waking up and falling to sleep because it was cold, and my dad lets the house get nice and warm, and then when he leaves, comes downstairs in the morning, turns the heating off because it's nice and warm for him, and then I'm waking up because I'm cold, so I'm not getting a good amount of sleep. It's like now it's nearly 3 o'clock and the heating has come on. I've actually got the fan on. The heating has come on because it's gotten that cold that the thermostat has clicked into place and it's on. But he'll come down in the morning and he'll turn it off, and then I'll keep waking up cold. Do you know what? I need to wash my electric blanket. And yes, you can wash it because you can detach the plug. And then next time I wash my bedding, I'm going to put it on. But I washed my bedding like yesterday, so but I want it on really badly, so I'm going to wash it this week. So today I had a shower quite late and washed my hair late, but my hair's looking nice and shiny. Yeah, I've not really been getting much done around the house. My eyes are bloodshot. Wonder if I've got a filter on. So yeah, I've got a lot of stuff done this evening, so I really want to tidy this room up, and I keep saying it, but the stuff that I use all the time that I need out, but I feel like I can do a better kind of organisational system. And as I've got absolutely no money to go shopping with, I need to go to post office. If I've got any money left after I've been post office, I want to go and get some Diet Coke and some those new mini rolls. If you've not tried the new Halloween mini rolls, God, this will come out the day, this comes out on Halloween, so if they're still available, I think they're like honeycomb ones. Oh my God, get them. I bought a packet and they lasted me a day because I didn't think I'd like them, so I got one packet. Big mistake. I need to get loads of them, so I want to get a few packets of them and some paracetamol and some milk for my coffee and a couple of bottles of pop, but depends how much change I've got left after I've done the post, because that's literally all the money I've got, so I might not be able to get all of that, but that's literally how broke I am at the moment. Other than that, I'm going to do myself a to-do list for the week. I think I wrote one, but I didn't do it, so I'm going to scrap that because I've probably done stuff off it, but I don't want to use the same list again, so I'm going to cross it out. I'm going to write one for the week because it's just Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because you might as well completely write Friday off for the simple reason I do Food Shop Friday, and yeah, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, vac downstairs, vac upstairs, vac the next floor as well. I need to trim my nails. Look how long they are. They are long for me. Trim my toenails while I've not painted my nails in months. A lot of it's to do because of how anxious I've been because of what happened. I think that was the last time I painted them, around that time, because I was picking it off because of how they were making me feel. So who knows? I don't know if I've got a base coat. If I've got a base coat and I trim them, I might paint them later in the week. I don't know. So I want to mop downstairs. I want to tidy that area over there. I want to do my ironing. I want to wash my electric blanket. I want to bring some rubbish down from upstairs. because I think it's recycling bin week this week. I think if it's not full I can fill it. And I want to tidy my office up a little bit upstairs. It's not too bad. Do a little bit of a general tidy I think. Try and get to bed before 1 o'clock tomorrow night. Try and get up before lunchtime. Don't matter if I don't do that tomorrow. Hair washing days are the days when I want to get up earlier. But that's everything really. I don't have a Tuesday video, I've not filmed one. I'm not going to film one, I'm not going to like think, oh god, I need to film one. Because really, I don't really have anything to film. But I'm going to edit the vlog tomorrow, upload it overnight into Wednesday. Schedule it, oh, I don't know if I can schedule it, but yeah, that's really it. Nothing else to say. If I leave the house tomorrow, I'll film. Or later today, I'll film. Hi everyone. Oh god, I'm just steaming my window up. I weren't going to film, well I was. Then I got distracted by filming for Instagram for a good hour. Because it takes, when you're putting hashtags on, it does take up a lot of time. It's just having a bit of a rant because I can't remember if I said this last night, because I've got a bit of a migraine. I woke up with it, it eased off a little bit and now it's coming back. So I really do need to go home because I left my house 2 hours ago and all I've been is to the post office, chatted here, it's been in the shop for 10 minutes, so I want to go home and start cooking my tea. Like I didn't have my tea till like, I think it was 11:15 last night. There was stuff that I planned to do today that I've not done because I went to bed late, slept badly, was awake for a couple of hours because of the noise my dad makes when he's at home before he leaves for the day. So, and also he turns the heating off, so the heating's on a thermostat and the thermostat at the moment's around 14 degrees. So when it gets to below 14 in the house, so it could be 7 outside before it drops to 14 inside. So when it gets to that, it'll come on until the house is warmer than the thermostat, then it'll go off and it might come back on when the house cools down a bit. So I woke up after about 3 hours sleep. I woke up just after 7 o'clock this morning and I basically couldn't get back to sleep because my dad got up and all he heard was like, but proper sniffing it up. Do you know, like when you've got a snotty nose, the noise it makes? Because obviously I don't have a snotty nose, so I can't do it as well, and he was doing it constantly. Instead of, like, most people would either go and blow the nose, or if the nose was running continuously, they'd shove tissue up the nose, because that's what I bloody do if I'm at home. Obviously if I was outside the house I wouldn't. And all I heard was this loud sniffing the snot up constantly. So I just thought, I can't wait for him to leave the house today because I'm sick of this noise. And if he's not doing the snotty nose thing, he's coughing or he's watching something on his phone really loud. And I'm thinking, like, you need a bit more consideration, because if I got up and he was asleep, I wouldn't like make all that noise. But to be honest, I could make a lot of noise and it wouldn't bother him because he doesn't hear it. But then I thought I might as well stay awake till he leaves, because he's going to turn the heating off. And what's been happening recently is when he goes like downstairs, even though he's not leaving at that point, he will turn the heating off. So the house will go from being really super warm for him, because obviously he's gotten up, the house is warm because the heating's been on, because it tends to come on later, like 4 or 5 in the morning type time, and he will then, like, he'll be in a warm house. So when he goes down, he will do one of two things. He'll either, if there's any washing up, which there really is because I tend to do it at night, he'll wash up and then he'll walk the dog and then he'll go to work. So what's been happening recently is he's been going on longer walks in the morning. So today he was out like over half an hour. So I'm forcing myself to stay awake because I know if I go downstairs whilst he's out with the dog and turn the thermostat, because he'll turn it right down, turn the thermostat up to around 16, because it'll probably need to be about that one for it to come back on, he will turn it back off when he comes back. And I just thought, well, it's pointless me doing that, getting back in bed and falling to sleep, because he'll come back in and he'll turn it off and I'll wake up after about 30 minutes cold, but I won't realise I'm cold because I'll be tired because I've not had much sleep. So then I'll fall back to sleep and I'll keep waking up every 10 minutes for about an hour, and then I'll realise what he's done, and then I'll think, well, it's pointless me going putting the heating back on because it'll take about 30 minutes for the house to get warm again, you know, so I might as well get up for the day. And that's what's been happening. Like yesterday morning, I'd been up all night and literally led back down at 10 to 9. He went downstairs and turned the heating off, so I woke up about an hour later, really out of it, couldn't understand why. Fell back to sleep, woke up 10 minutes later, fell back to sleep, woke up 20 minutes later, fell back to sleep, and that continued for about 4.5 hours in total. So I'm waking up because I'm cold, because he's turning the heating off, because he's going for the day. When he goes downstairs, he walks the dog, comes home and then leaves. So he's being selfish because he's like, he gets a nice warm house, yet I'm in bed and I'm really, really cold, and it's affecting my sleep. And because I'm going to bed late, because I'm really anxious, I don't feel great, I'm struggling with like PTSD. I've been struggling with that like today massively. It's probably not helping that I'm tired and I'm cold. So I wasn't actually cold till I come out, and now my feet are cold. So I'm not, and I'm sick of my voice being like this as well. It's just, anyway, so he come home after walking the dog, and then he was at home another half an hour. So he was like it was about 2.5 hours before I was awake, about 2.5 hours before I laid back down again, just so I could make sure that I don't keep waking up cold. So I did have another 3 hours sleep, I think, and I woke up a couple of times early on, but then I just slept. But I was getting sick of him. I'm sick of him turning the heating off. It's really unfair. He's getting up and leaving when the house is nice and warm, and he's turning it off. So I need to check if there's anything in the washer when I go home. If there isn't, I'm going to put my electric blanket in. You know, I only took it off my bed April, May time, because the weather didn't pick up until that time. So it's not been off that long, but I want it washed before it goes back on. And I said, oh, I've only just washed my bedding, but I can easily take the sheet back off and put it back on again. I can't dry that in the dryer. It'll have to go on the rack, so it will take a little while to dry properly, but I need to wash it, I need to dry it, I need to get it on my bed, so then when I wake up in the morning, I can put my electric blanket on. I don't know how well I can sleep with it on, because obviously I have that bladder issue where I constantly need to go, and heat makes me go more, so I'll have to see. But I'm gonna have to do something, because I can't live in a house that's really cold. So I had a migraine and I've not had much to eat. I've had some noodles and a thin bagel. I'm hungry. It's going to take about an hour to do my evening meal, because I parboil the potatoes and I put them in the oven with the fish. So half an hour to parboil, including like warming the water up, 20 minutes in the oven, 50 minutes. So I need to get home. I'll probably get home at 7, so it'll be like 10 to 8 by the time I eat. I'm not going to get anything done today. I just know I'm not, because I got a headache. I need to see how much is in the recycling bin when I get home. Oh, it's Wednesday tomorrow. I keep thinking it's Wednesday today. Bin doesn't go till Thursday. I needed to edit the vlog. That was my plan for today, so let me see where I'm up to on it. But what I was talking about on Instagram, and I don't know if I talked about it last night, but I wanted to buy a present for someone from one of my favourite small businesses, and I asked if the Christmas range will be available by the start of last week, and they were like, yeah, it definitely will be. I was like, great, I need to buy a gift. I want to buy something from you. So I had a cut-off point of I wanted I wanted to order it by Wednesday last week at the absolute latest, because then it'll probably arrive either at the end of the week or Monday this week, like yesterday. I'm a day ahead in my head. So I'm a little bit confused. So it got to Wednesday and it still wasn't on the website, and nothing from the like similar items were in stock, because I kept thinking maybe I'll just see if they've got it in another scent, and they just didn't have any of the item in stock at all. So I know they will dispatch it really quickly. So if I ordered it Friday, they'd dispatch it Saturday and I'd get it Monday, Tuesday. So I left it till Friday, and then I eventually had to order it like 5-6 o'clock on Friday, and then it says free from somewhere else because they never stocked it. And then I got a dispatch email today, and I got told that it's 3 to 5 days from dispatch, and I need it before Friday. I wanted to order it Wednesday to have it Monday so I could go out today and get a gift bag, because I don't know how big the box is of what we're going to order originally or what I've now ordered. So I can't go and buy a gift bag because I'll either get one that's too big or too small. Yes, obviously if it's too big, obviously it will still fit the item, but if it's too big, like really too big, it'll look stupid. So I'm stuck not being able to buy a gift bag. I have to leave the house tomorrow because I was meant to pick my prescription up today, but I didn't leave the house till like 5 to 5, and I weren't going to drive to the doctor's and get there. I mean, I could have done, but I didn't want to go in the traffic, I'll be honest. So I have to now go tomorrow. So ideally it would have been nice to be able to pick that item up tomorrow, but I got a dispatch email confirmation then about half an hour ago. I got one from Hermes, because that's who it's being delivered by. And I know from experience, because I've sent at least a handful of parcels via Hermes this year, since around June, that if, say, I posted it today with Hermes, I would then get it. It would then be delivered on Thursday. So basically it's not going to arrive till Thursday, then I don't know what time it's going to arrive. The delivery driver might be an idiot and might not deliver it, because that happens a lot. They sometimes can't be bothered and they'll say, oh, we came but you weren't in, which is always a lie. And because obviously if you know it's going to be there, you can also track. Some of them you can track door to door, some you can't. So yeah, they might mess me around and they might not turn up with it Friday, and I need it Friday, and I won't be able to go to the shop on Friday to get a gift bag. So I'm really unhappy with the small business that I was going to buy from, because I asked them a good 3 weeks ago and I would have made quite a big order, because I would have ordered the item that I wanted as a gift. There's something that I wanted for ages that I was waiting for them to stock, because they kept saying they were going to stock it for 2 months, and then mine ran out and I've been waiting for them to restock what it is, because it's a refill of something that I've got from them. And I would have bought a couple of other items, and it would have been the biggest order that I've made with them by about double my biggest order that I've ever had from them, if not more. It was quite a sizable order. So I've obviously spent more buying the gift elsewhere, and my face is too hot but my feet are cold, so I'm going to have to put the heating on, because I have to put the aircon on my face, because my face is hot, my feet are frozen. So that's a good sign to go home. So I feel a little bit let down by this business. They keep saying they're going to put this certain range up and that they was going to have it up at the start of October. It's now the 3rd week of October nearly. Yeah, it's actually the 3rd week. There's only 9 days left. It's technically the 3rd week. I'm like, it's the 22nd and there's 31 days in the month. So there's kind of 4.5 weeks in October. So I was just moaning on Instagram saying that from now on, if I've got a date in my head that I want to order by, for whatever reason, I'm not going to wait around in hopes of it coming in stock or them putting it up for stock in like on the website. Because what's happened now is I waited and waited and waited, so now my item hasn't been dispatched till today. I bought it Friday. I was hoping it would be dispatched Saturday or Monday at the latest, and I was hoping for Wednesday delivery so I can then go out tomorrow and get the gift bag. I've just seen the gift bag that I want to buy, which means another trip over here if it's not too big. If it's too big, I don't know where I'm going to get the gift bag from because I don't like any other gift bags here. I just said next time I'm not going to put myself out. If I say Wednesday, it's for a reason. It's because I want the item to arrive Tuesday at the latest, which I wanted. I wanted it today so I could go out tomorrow and buy the gift bag. And now how it's looking, it's going to arrive Thursday, possibly Friday, and I'm seeing the person Friday, and I won't have time to go and get a gift bag. So I'm really disappointed, and it's kind of a shame because I would have bought matching items as this person's Christmas present from this small business, but because I've now got this present from a well-known bigger company, and I know this person likes this company anyway, I will potentially, if I get a matching Christmas present from that range, it will be from another business and not the small business. And I like to support small businesses, but unfortunately I was kind of let down by a small business. So, and it's not their fault because I know they've got stuff going on that they've not disclosed on there. There's a lot of stuff they've got going on that they've not told online, but they've told me. So, you know, things have got in the way, but I basically learnt the lesson that don't wait around for other people, because ultimately this situation happens and I potentially may not get the item and I'm stressed out about it, because then I won't see this person till a week or two after their birthday. Anyway, I'm going to go home. So I've just been to 2 shops. I've just moved to the items that I got, but I'll show you the rest. So from Tesco I got some mini bonfire logs. I just got 1 packet because I've demolished a packet in a day. I got a Rustler's flame grilled barbecue rib. These, which are open because they're in there. And a 1.25 litre bottle of Diet Coke. I've got a can of Diet Coke from Aldi, which I'll have tomorrow. This is for my dad, chicken and multigrain soup, and I got these because I picked these up last Friday, had them Monday I think. Well, I had one and my dad had one. Oh my god, if you can get your hands on these, because I literally went to the other side of town just to get some, they're absolutely gorgeous. I highly, highly, highly recommend them. And that is it, other than I got this birthday card. It took me ages to pick it, but now I've got it home, I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I got it. It actually looks really good. I love the envelope. And a gift bag, which I'm not in love with, but I needed a gift bag. That's it. So, it's 9 o'clock at night. I've only just walked in a few minutes ago. I already had an argument with my dad. It's going great. So, someone was raving about this the other week, and there's 2 versions of this. There's a coconut one and a normal one. And when I looked last time, they only had the big ones, and I didn't want to get the big ones because I've got an absolute ton of shampoo. It's ridiculous. I'm trying to go through it, but it's taking ages. Picked that up for £2. I got some of the kidney beans and 2 cans of black beans because I'm about to make a vegan chilli. I might get it before 10 o'clock if I'm lucky. Can of mushy peas. I've got another one somewhere because they were an offer. I think it was 2 for 75p. Picked up this pan. It's to replace one of exactly the same size. And the one that I've got in the same size is also from Asda, and I've had it a good 6 years. Well, more than 3 years. You get a 3-year guarantee. Like there's one there on the go. That's not mine. That's my dad. So they're really good. I think that's a 14-inch. This is a 16-inch. I got some Kello milk chocolate rice cakes because they were off for £1. I finally got this. I've wanted this for weeks, and then I got the other cornflakes, which are over in the wash basket. £3 per kilogram. I got a 4-pack of Napoli chopped tomatoes because they were off for £2. Tomato puree, 1 vegan chilli, 2 energy drinks, probably have them both tomorrow. raved about this because they're gorgeous. Marmite flatbreads, they're for my dad, they're on offer for £1. Ritz cheese, they're on offer for £1, again for my dad. Saw these last time and I was umming and ahhing over them, but today I thought, why not? I got a red pepper for a vegan chilli, I got a lime for a vegan chilli, I got sweet potatoes for a vegan chilli. I used to get this once a fortnight as a treat. Not had it for ages. It's not always in because it sells really quickly. It's out the chilled section because it's better than the Long Life. So I got that. I got 2 of these. I got 2 last week. I've still got 1, but they've got really good dates on. Again from the chilled section, an offer for £1. There's the mushy peas. This was an offer last week and there was none left, so I've got some even though it wasn't on offer. This was back on offer for £1 and I needed to replace the one that I'm already in use. That's for my dad, that's for me, and 2 packs of them. That is everything. £10:45 and I've just sat down with my evening meal, which I started to make about, I don't know, because when I came in my dad was being a pain and he was being a nightmare to be honest, but I probably started to make it around 9 o'clock or just after, so a good hour and a half, and it's meant to take I think 10 minutes prep and 40 minutes cooking. I don't know how they work that out because there's like 10 minutes and then half an hour and then 10 minutes and 10 minutes, so someone can't add up. Don't mind me and my halo. Do you know what? I don't know what that is because it's actually 6 o'clock at night and much darker than that, but for some reason, there you go, there must be a light there. That just hurt leaping for that because I've got a really bad back that every slight movement I feel like someone's ripping my back apart. Now my nose is shining. So I was gonna wait until I've been in this shop. I've been here twice today. I've not even been in once. I came before and I sat here for about half an hour and I needed the toilet, and there's no toilets in any of these shops that I know of, so I thought, should I go to the supermarket then come back here? And I was like, no, I don't really particularly like public toilets, so I drove home and came back, and I've been back about 25 minutes, done some Insta stories, and the plan was to just basically go in these 2 shops, go to the next shop, then film. But every time I film on a Friday, it's dark. And because I've been sat down, I've got to get out. And when I get out, because my back is bad, I can barely stand. And it takes a good 2 to 3 minutes of walking and standing to be able to stand up straighter and not basically be doubled over in agony. So this is going to be fun, or not. I've still not edited last week's vlog for you, but it's nearly edited. I just keep accidentally pressing something, it keeps taking it back to the front of the video, so then it takes me ages to scroll all along to get it back to the part that I'm editing. But it's on, like, I think it's on the Aldi food haul from last time, so when you get to the Aldi food haul, that bit is where I'm up to. Then I can add a title, hopefully save it overnight tonight and get it up tomorrow. Better than getting it up Sunday. There's going to be no weekend video. I've got no plans to do one, and I've got literally nothing to film that I can think of, and I'm not bothered about that. But I just wanted to make sure I filmed before I went in the shop. It's getting quieter in the shop now. When I first was here it was packed, so when I came back it was packed, but it's not as bad, even though it's quite busy. Don't know what I'm going to get. Someone in the car next to me, but I can't keep having the light glaring at me. So I've just been to my doctor's, and one of the things I did talk about was what she misinterpreted last time, and to be honest I didn't even ask her how she came to that conclusion, because I had told someone what conclusion that she'd come to, And basically they said to me that they thought she'd also come to another conclusion that would have been very awkward if she'd fought it. So my main thing that I wanted to talk about was not how or what I'd said that made her think what she thought, but is the thing that I was told she thought as well true? And I was like, I'm going to have to ask you, because I don't want there to be any awkwardness, but do you think blah blah blah? And she's like, no, I didn't think that. And I was like, oh, that's good, because obviously I've now had to ask you, and I didn't particularly want to ask the question, to be honest, but I have a very open relationship with my doctor, and I tell her everything. I don't keep things from her. I tell her if she asks me a question, I answer it. So I feel better now for asking. I knew like nearly 2 weeks ago that I was going to have to ask her if it was true, because I don't want her to think not only the thing she thought it was, but the thing that I was told she also thought, because I was like, oh my god, that's definitely something that I don't want my doctor to think, and I was really panicky about it. So yeah, I got it out of the way pretty fast, and then I told her that I had this weird dream about her last night, because I did. It was her and another doctor who's now retired from there. I don't think he's retired, I think he's still a doctor. And I had this dream, and in the dream, they were both in it. In the part that he was in, I was in the back of a car and he was driving, she was sat next to him. And I don't have a clue what was going on about. And then we ended up at this hospital, which looked like no hospital I've ever been in. And then the next bit of the dream, I'm in her house, but she's moved next door. But the house next door to me isn't the house that actually is next door to me. It's a house that I would presume that she lives in. So that was there, and I was like, this house was there, and it didn't match. And it was like a totally different house to what actually is next door to me. She went, oh, did it not match? I was like, no, it's a totally different house. I said, but you were in it and you kept telling me that. I needed to tell you because you already knew. I've had weird dreams about my doctor before. Thankfully it doesn't happen often, but I think because I knew I had to go and tell her something today, not the thing I rectified her about, it was the thing that I started to tell her last time and I couldn't. So I've had 2.5 weeks to work out how to tell her, how to word it, what bits I want to tell her, which bits I don't want to tell her. And I literally worked out there's no way I can tell her. I could tell her a little bit about something similar, but I couldn't tell her what I was trying to tell her. So when I was there, not last time because I saw her twice that week, but the day when she got everything mixed up, she told me to either write her a letter and drop it off before my appointment so she can read it, and then she'll know in advance. And I said, I don't think I can let you know in advance because I would feel awkward coming here knowing that you knew already. So she's like, well, what about write a letter and give it to me whilst you're here? And I'm like, I don't know, but I had decided that definitely I would have to give her a letter today because there's no way I'm going to be able to tell her. So I wrote it in a letter, and I said in the letter right early on that I'm probably sat shaking, panicking and wanting to leave. And I literally, when she was reading it, I was panicking, shaking, and I wanted to leave. So I knew how I'd feel, and then I knew which bit I'd said it, so I knew when she'd got to that bit. And then I started to panic, and then she finished reading it, but she kept looking at it, and I think she was trying to work out how to approach what I just told her, and it was something about me physically, and I still, even when she was questioning me, I couldn't say that much, and she knew I was struggling, and she was so nice about it, and she hasn't seen it, I've not shown her. I took off an item of clothing so she could kind of see the area, but it was literally as far as I could take it today. But I think the fact that she knows is a massive step for me. And, you know, I explained in the letter why I felt that I had to tell her. And I said to her, because she said, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I said, I know I'm going to have to tell you at some point. And she went, you probably will have to. You probably will need, you will do. So she knows, but because I couldn't tell her too much in the letter, and when she was questioning me, I still couldn't tell her much. She still doesn't quite realise how bad it actually is. So when I go next time, I'm going to have to say I didn't quite explain the extent it is, and I think the only way you're probably going to understand or no is when you see it. But I'm not going to show her next time because I mean I could, because if I said to her today I'll 100% show you next time, then that obviously would put me under pressure and I'd be a nervous wreck. But if I go and she's just like, show me, because I've not known in advance, I won't have time to panic. Or I'll panic, but I won't panic to the extent that I would panic if I knew in advance. But if she doesn't say to me next time, show me, I'll just say to her, I think the only way that I'm going to be able to show you without having some kind of meltdown is if you put me on the spot and ask me to show you at an appointment that's not about it. I still feel panicky now, and I've bloody left like an hour and a half ago, drove here, sat here, went home, come back, sat here again. I also had the flu jab. So normally end of last week of August or first week of September we would get a letter or a text. It was a text last year inviting us to book for our flu jab. So then if we go in and we don't ask for it, normally the receptionist will go, oh, can I book you in for your flu jab? Typically I will book it and cancel it because normally they put you on the spot and they don't like to take no for an answer. And typically I have my flu jab the second week of November. And I think it's because I want to get my birthday out of the way, because I have gotten sick off a flu jab in the past. I haven't for the last couple of times. I've been tired and achy for a couple of days, you know, like feel a bit run down, but I've not got really ill. So I was like, oh, when's the flu jabs coming? Because like when I asked her like a month ago, and she went, the adult ones hadn't been brought to them because they just had the OAP ones, because I know someone who had an OAP one. So I was like, why have I not had mine? Because actually the person who had the OAP one got offered it by the other doctor, well, one of the other doctors, and made the comment that my doctor probably wouldn't do it herself because they don't like my doctor. So she was like, oh, I can do it now. And on her desk she did have this like medical locking pouch, and I didn't know what it was, and out she gets a bloody flu jab. So I had to take my jumper off, and God, my arm is actually aching now I'm talking about it. And she did it and she went, oh, you're bleeding. And I'm thinking, I've never bled before. And I felt it, and it dripped all the way down the full length of my arm. So she's like trying to reach for a tissue, and she's putting this tissue on, and then I try and hold it. And then she went and put the needle in the bin, and she come back and it stopped bleeding. So it bled a lot, super fast, but then it stopped within like 30 seconds. It was weird. So I've had the flu jab. I probably wouldn't have booked it, but she just did it. And she's booked my next appointment. And then I also told her that one of the receptionists on numerous occasions either insinuated or called me a liar. And I said, you know I don't tell lies. I said, if it happens again, I'm going to have to put a complaint in. And she's like, oh, I'll speak to her. I was like, please don't let her know it's me. Just say it's a patient has brought it to your attention that they feel that on several occasions you've called them a liar. Because she's not come out and said it. There's only been twice she's actually practically said it, and 2 other times she's insinuated, like last time when my doctor booked my appointment but she didn't actually book it. And then I went in and she wasn't even on reception, but she insinuated that I was lying, and I had to prove I wasn't lying by getting out the piece of paper that my doctor had wrote it on. Anyway, I'm going to go in the shop, and then I'm going to go out, I'm going to put my shopping in my car, then I'm going to go over to the shop over there, then I'm going to go to another shop, and then I might get home by 8 o'clock if I'm lucky. So I'm going to show you what I got. Hold it. I mean, I'm so agony trying to stand up. Every movement in every shop killed me. And then I came home and my door handle fell off before I got in the house. Brilliant. So I got some long grain rice, some marigold vegan Vita. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's their version of vegetable bouillon. Wanted to try it for ages. It's a yeast extract. But it's normally $3 or $4.99, and I think this was on offer for something like $2.19 unless I read it wrong. But it's only filled to about there if you pick it up and feel it. Ibuprofen, Magnum washing up liquid, 3 cans of Diet Coke. These are absolutely gorgeous, and this was the last one, but it weren't where the others were, so I didn't think they had any, but they did. 2 lightly dusted cod fillets. I didn't like the breaded ones, but I know I like these ones because I've had them a few times. Dental sticks in Minty, they were on offer. I think it was like $2.19 for a 4-pack, and they're normally 55p or 60p a pack. So it actually works out more. Because if a 50p a packet, it would be £2. But if it's 60p a packet, oh, I don't think you save much doing that, to be honest. Some toffee apple shreddies. These are the things that I regretted or wished I had got last week and didn't. So I've picked this up from my dad's office. His died weeks ago and he's not been bothered to come buy one because it would appear that everything for the office I buy. So because I've been there a couple of times recently, my back is killing me. Oh god, I'm struggling to stand up. I picked one up because it was $9.99. Some Sable grapes, some turkey and stuffing crisps. They're going to go in my Christmas selection. I've not even got much, to be honest. I need to get more, but because I bought that, I couldn't get anything else. 2 cans of dark red fonda, some stuffed mushrooms, some classic basmati rice, 3 onions, minstrels, shallot potatoes, carrot and coriander soup, chicken and multigrain soup, and mushroom and rice soup. This one's for me, sweet potato, feta and pumpkin sea pie, British steak and slices ale, puff pastry, top pie, a large pack of chicken breast fillets, curried sweet potato balls. They look gorgeous. Had this last week, obviously loved it because I got it again. I think I'm having it tomorrow. And some flowers. So this came to just under £20, like 19 something I think. I'll show you what I got. So I got 2 of these because I used 2 last week because I had desserts twice. I always get the light ones where possible because it saves a few calories because I eat too many as it is. These I use to clean my hands when I'm doing my makeup so I don't have to constantly wash them. 2 packs of the mini bonfire logs. These are absolutely gorgeous. I've just had one out of the fridge. A pack of thin bagels. These went off for £1. Whole wheat bread. Had some of this in the bath earlier. I emptied the box, so I just bought a new box and it's just £1. My back is really bad. I'm in absolute agony. Just stood here. Paracetamol. That's pepper. 2 Diet Cokes and 3 Pepsi Maxes. And I got some toilet roll, and yes, my floor's filthy and I can't bend down to show you it better than that. And that's it. So I'm going to show you what I got from B&M, get a drink, and then I'm going to sit down before I can't cope with the back pain. So I try and always get the barbecue baked beans from B&M because they're 75p and they're £1 in the supermarket. So I end up saving 50p by getting 2. I got this to drink when I got it and I forgot about it, so I'm not going to have it tonight. I've got a 2-pack of whole series, which I think is super cute, and I've never seen a 2-pack before. Some ibuprofen. And some paracetamol. I did realise I got the same ones in Tesco, but that doesn't matter. Some strong foil. These were £1. I got one the other week as like towards a Christmas gift. These are for us. It's like £1 and I love the tin. 2 blank cards. And then I'm going to whack one on now, but I don't think it's going to do anything for me. Let's be real. I can barely move without my back feeling like it's being ripped out.